Are under lease. We felt it was irresponsible not to lease the gas, because if we didn't, I reflected back in the basic physics that I learned when I was an undergraduate. It's been a while since I used physics, but I always enjoyed physics and knew that when you lower pressure outside of a zone, high pressure would flow, the gas would flow to low pressures, kind of like piercing a balloon with a pin. Once that pressure is lowered outside our property, that gas, and even if one molecule of that gas leaves our property, then I'm being irresponsible to allow somebody else to profit from that gas. Again, we made the decision not to allow any drilling or surface disturbance on Fish and Boat Commission lands where we control the gas. And we have a model agreement. You can check it out on our website at fishandboat.com at this page if you want to see it. We'll also be putting the Rose Valley Agreement online. It's not online yet, but Brian Barner, where are you at, Brian? When's it going to be online?
Hopefully within 30 days once we're paid.
We're waiting for the check to come in for the bonus payment before we put the agreement online, because you never know with contracts. But we want to be as transparent as we can be. That's why we're here tonight. I made it a personal point to come out and talk to people. We did this down at Donegal Lake. There was a lot of misinformation out there, a lot of misunderstanding out there about what we were planning to do. And I feel that we need to have this dialogue. We can agree to disagree, but I think you need to understand why we made the decision we did. Water access, we don't have a water access agreement at Rose Valley, but we're willing to entertain one, and we're working with some companies to possibly get water access from Rose Valley. And we did do a water access agreement at Donegal Lake, and we would mirror this agreement after Donegal Lake. But what it would do is it would recover the value of the water, because that water is very valuable to the gas companies, as you well know, for fracking. We would recover some of that value of the water and then put it into a fund to spend back on our high hazard dams. So if we do enter into an access agreement, it would look like something like this. One of the things it would do is it would take trucks off the road. We all know what trucks are doing, water trucks are doing to the road. They're beating up our roads, and it doesn't make sense to me that a water molecule that starts in a lake, ends up 20 miles downstream, gets withdrawn, and then transported 20 miles back to where the lake is to frack a well. Why couldn't that same water molecule be withdrawn from the lake? It would take all the pressure off the roads, take all the societal problems along with that away, and also would allow us to better control how that water is being withdrawn. It would minimize impacts to other surface waters. We could control exactly the point of withdrawal. We have strict monitoring environmental requirements. If you want to see an example, go to the Donegal Lake page. You'll see that we've got staff gauges monitored the lake all the time, and we've got a sensor below the dam to make sure that 4 Mile Run, which is a receiving stream down there, receives water in sufficient quantity that we don't impair the stream below the lake. And there's absolutely no impact to anglers and boaters. If there was, I could walk up any time and throw the switch on an electric pump that's silent and pumps water over a hill into a storage pond that's out of sight of the lake.